And he goes on in verse 3, we proclaim to you what we have seen and heard. What we have seen. Think about the life with Jesus. Think about the disciples walking with Jesus. The things that they saw. The miracles that Jesus did. Miracles that he performed. Bringing healing. Casting out demons. They saw these things with their own eyes. And not only that, but they saw the work of Jesus in the death and resurrection. As I was thinking about this, after Jesus rose, John and Peter ran to the tomb. And when you think about Peter, he's a lot more outspoken. He's a lot more kind of crazy if you want to think about that. But John, what did he do? He blew right past him. Got right to the tomb. John, the beloved. They witnessed Jesus' death and Jesus' resurrection. Jesus was with them as the risen Lord. He was in their presence. Wow, think about that. And actually seeing that. He's saying, this we have seen. We have seen him. And we have heard him. We have heard him. They heard the teaching of Jesus from the lips of Jesus. They sat down at his feet and listened. And they were taught by God himself in human form. They saw people leave Jesus who claimed to be disciples but left. They witnessed that right before their eyes. They were there when Jesus explained the parable of the sower to them. The explanation from God about the most important parable. They were there. They heard it from his very lips. His voice proclaiming this to them. They were there in the upper room, as I mentioned with John. An intimate relationship together with them. They heard Jesus. They heard this teaching that Jesus gave them. And as I mentioned earlier, this is not a message that is ours. It's not their message. It's not the apostles' message. This is a message directly from God. Directly from God. That was revealed to them and written down in the scripture for us. This is not our message. We dare not tamper with it by any means. We need to know what it is and proclaim it for what it is, resting on their authority because they heard the teaching of Jesus themselves. It's objective truth that's outside of us. The gospel message is objective. It's not subjective. It's not your spin on it. It's not what you take from it. It's God's message. We better treat it like God's message. So this is what they heard. This is what they saw. And this is the message that he's proclaiming. Right here in this letter, he's proclaiming this message about Jesus, about who he is and what he did, and he continues on about who God is and what sin is as we go in a couple weeks.